All right, guys. So the course outline is Module 1, we're going to see planning and assessment, and Module 2 is Azure Virtual Networking. In Module 3, we're going to see Azure Virtual Machine. In Module 4, we'll see Azure Template. Module 5 is Azure Load Balancer. This is a very important topic. Module 6 is Azure Storage. 7, Identity Management, Azure Wall 8, Azure Sentinel 9, Planning Azure AD Connect and Azure AD Cloud Sec. 10, Planning and Managing Azure Backups, Monitoring Azure Resources and Services, Azure Key Vault, Azure Applications, Azure Containers and Kubernetes, AKS, Azure Batch, and NoSQL and Cosmos DB. Azure SQL, Red Hat, OpenShift, and Azure Spring. So last but not least is Azure Migration. So these are the topic and the modules that we would be cover along this course. Now, just give me 1 second. Just go to the next slide here real quick. So now, for the course prerequisite, so you see it says here course prerequisites. So successful Azure architects start this world with experience on operating systems. So as you know, there's a variety of operating systems, whether if it's Mac OS, Linux, Microsoft Windows, or anything like iOS with Cisco's device or Android. So at least you have to have some type of knowledge in operating systems. Now, virtualizations, as you know, that the whole cloud is just a virtual data center. That's how I can explain it. You know, anything that you used to have in like the physical data center is what you have in the cloud, with the only difference is that instead of buying like bare metal physical stuff, you're just renting them from a cloud service provider like AWS, Azure, or GCP. Now with cloud infrastructure, you know that there's a variety of, so to speak of the cloud, so you have to understand infrastructure as service, whether if it's compute, storage, networking, security, management, or like desktop hybrid and solution and stuff like that. So all these are gadgets that include with cloud infrastructure. So you have to understand storage structure, governance, networking. Now, if you read here with me, you will see that we prepare students possess the following knowledge and skills. So understanding of on-premises virtualization technology, including VM, which is virtual machine, must pertain to Azure, and virtual networking and virtual hard disk. Understanding of network configuration, including TCP/IP. You have to understand the TCP/IP model. You have to know what is TCP/IP and layers of the OSI model and stuff like that. So these are the things, it's very important to take a look at them. You don't have to be a network engineer to know these things. You just have to know the basic knowledge of networking in order for you to be successful in this course. So you have to understand the domain name services, the DNS, the virtual private network, VPN, the firewall, like, what is the difference between a firewall or a second generation firewall. So, you know, you just have to understand these things. And encryption technology, understanding of Active Directory concept, including domains, forest, domain controller, replication, and Kerberos protocol. Understanding of resilience and disaster recovery, including backup and store operations. Now, student should have a minimum of 12 months of hands-on experience with Azure or taking the AZ-104. So what is the AZ-104? It's the cloud, is the cloud administrator associate. So to have the Azure AZ-104 and Azure AZ-305, so they both combine together and complete your qualification as an Azure Solution Architect expert. So thank you so very much. Just stay tuned and follow along with me as we will go through the process of all the 20 modules that include on the AZ-305. Thank you.